Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. How are you all doing? Is everybody excited to purchase their new veranda home in the Eden Field Veranda South neighborhood? I just released a video a couple hours ago showing you the brand new neighborhood. What model do you can hear me? I just verified the stream is working. How are y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Lots of changes to the village's map. Lots of changes going on the map. Things are being updated and moved around and deleted and added in typical villages fashion. So what do you want to talk about today? Yes, I am live. You are. This is live. Yes. Happy Palm Sunday, Kimberly. You do see me, Guerrero. That's because I'm live. How are y'all doing? Happy Sunday evening. Happy Palm Sunday. In the villages, a cold and blustery Palm Sunday. I'm wearing long sleeve shirts. I am alive, Guerrero. Can't you tell by the videos I'm releasing? I try to show my face as often as possible on my videos to let everyone know I'm alive. Jeff, welcome. How are you doing? Happy Palm Sunday. How are you all doing? Make sure you give the live a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Oh, you did? You like the veranda home video? Well, I have more videos coming. I have another veranda home video neighborhood I'm going to show in the next couple of days. Hi, J-Lo. How are you? So far, no demerit points yet, except for Becky. When I was in school, when I was in college, I would give my professors 5 minutes. And if the professor didn't show up within 5 minutes after class was scheduled to start, then I left. We're going to talk about a lot of things, Guerrero. The Prophet is even here. We just got back from a quick drive into the LaGrange Veranda neighborhood. The prison watchtower is pretty close. I just emailed you the photos. Oh, excelente. Let's look at the photos the Prophet sent me. I appreciate that when people are participating in the channel. So you emailed it to me. Let's take a look here. There is one new message from the Prophet. Just drove through Veranda. Oh, can I show the photo on my live stream? Oh my God. Where's this? Oh my God. Excellent tour today. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Can I show the can I show the picture on my live stream, Prophet? Here, I'll cover your name. I'll cover your name so nobody can see your name, okay? But this is a picture of the LaGrange Veranda home neighborhood. Okay, and right here, can you see the picture? This is the picture the Prophet sent. And you can see the concrete wall, and then behind that wall is going to be Marsh Bend Trail, and then you have a prison tower, you see? I'm going to see what it looks like on my television. I'm watching my live stream from my television. Yeah, you can kind of see it. And you can't see your name. Wow. How come I don't see those homes? I drove there today and I did not go back to that veranda home neighborhood. I didn't drive into the veranda home neighborhood. Are they actually building homes back there? It doesn't look, I didn't see any homes back there. Excellent tour. Yes, I can. Teresa Harris. Hi, Tim. How are you, Teresa Harris? It's too small to see, but I guess we get the idea. Oh my God. It's too small. I could actually make my screen bigger. I could make the screen bigger, but then, but there is a guard tower right across, and then you see the lights as well. Here, can you see that? Maybe not. Anyway, you get the idea. Thank you for the photo, Prophet. Thank you, photo. Thank you, Prophet. I'll probably end up in Long Prairie. I still need to see what kind of trees those are as you drove down Marsh Bend or Bexley Trail. They are crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtle trees. You are obsessed with trees. Crepe and myrtle. It's a crepe myrtle tree. It's going to look like this when it grows up. There's a crepe myrtle 2 doors down from where I live. It looks just like this red one. Let's check it out. So, no thanks. I don't want to buy your tree. But this is a crepe myrtle tree right here. I don't know what's going on. That's a crepe myrtle. I call that a bottle brush tree. I actually have one of these in my front yard. It's called a bottle brush tree. That's what I call it. It's a colormora. Oh, so that's not a crepe myrtle. That's a colormora. But I have one of these. I have this tree right here in my yard. This is a colormora tree. And they attract a lot of bees. The bees are ferocious in this tree in the springtime, probably in May, in June. This tree will be full of bees. So I don't recommend you get this tree. And if you get this tree, pull it out and plant something decent in there. Because they do shed a lot and they just attract so many bees in the springtime. Man. So I don't recommend this tree. This is called a Coloma tree, I think. Southern Living Colorama, Scarlet Crepe Myrtle. So it is a version of the crepe myrtle. I do not like this tree, by the way. So let's continue the journey on the trees. What is this? This looks like this is a crepe myrtle tree right there too. Almost looks like a crepe myrtle. So the crepe myrtles, they have a lot of crepe myrtles trees here, by the way. So those are crepe myrtle trees. And if you get the red one like I have, they attract so many bees. I'm afraid to walk in front of my home near this tree because I'm going to get stung by a bee. That's what I feel like. So that's enough of the trees. Crepe myrtles will be beautiful. No, they're not. Not the one I have. Can you check out Shack Rider Path in LaGrange video? Shack Rider Path in LaGrange. Well, I made a couple of videos today. Where's Shack Rider? Shack Rider Path. I'm not sure where that is. Shack Rider La Path. I'm not sure where that is. It sounds familiar though. There's Shoemaker. Shack Rider Path in LaGrange? Oh, that must be down here. Oh, down here. So I was afraid to drive in this neighborhood because there's a lot of construction equipment in this neighborhood. So I did not drive through here. To me, it looked like a heavy construction zone when I was there today. Shack Rider Path. So I'll be honest with you, I was afraid to go in there. I was afraid I was going to see do not enter. YouTubers like Streams of Dreams is not welcome in here. I was afraid to see signs like that. Do not enter, no trespassing, because when they have these neighborhoods are under heavy construction, they're going to have signs, no trespassing signs. And I ran into problems last year when I was violating the no trespassing. So this year I turned over a new leaf and I'm not going to violate that. But as soon as I feel comfortable, I will drive through this area. They are building homes. I was in Eastport today and I was walking along this boardwalk and I videoed across Central Lake, and they are building a bunch of homes here, especially these $1 million homes. They are about 50% complete, these $1 million homes. But this is going to be a great neighborhood. This is going to be an awesome neighborhood, by the way. So the verandas in that photo were on Abigail Terrace. Okay, thank you. That helps me. Where the hell is Abigail Terrace? Abigail Terrace. In where? Abigail Terrace. Where is it? Are we talking Lakeview? What are we talking about? Abigail Terrace. Through the new Veranda neighborhoods in LaGrange. Abigail Terrace. You're talking LaGrange. LaGrange. Abigail Terrace. I don't know where that is. It's not on the map. Abigail Terrace in LaGrange. It's not on the map. Maybe that's why I don't know where these veranda homes are. Are they? They're not down there. So the only verandas in LaGrange are these, and there's no streets. Are they building in here already? Right next to the Blanchard Rec Center? I'm confused as to where you are. I'll be honest with you. Sack Rider, yeah, I found it. That Abigail Terrace has to be one of the closest, if not closest, to Coleman. Where are you talking about? In LaGrange? Oh, right here, Abigail Terrace, right there. I didn't even go over here. Are these LaGrange? Those are Oak Hollow. I think that's Oak Hollow. That's why, or is that LaGrange? I think that's Oak Hollow. Well, maybe not. So let's look at the Van's map. So you are looking at unit Verandas West. So you're looking at Verandas West. So share this tab. I think it's, maybe, I don't know. LaGrange. You're looking at, I think it's Oak Hollow Verandas West, isn't it? Maybe not. I'm confused. LaGrange. I wish he would give me unit numbers. He just calls them Verandas West. Here's Oak Hollow Verandas East, Oak Hollow Verandas West, Moultrie Creek. So that's a unit number that I don't even know what that unit number is. So this might be LaGrange down here. I guess it is. So LaGrange Verandas. What? These are Verandas South. So these are LaGrange verandas over here. Anyway, I'm so confused. So there are veranda homes right here, and they're called the Veranda South neighborhood. According to the Van's maps, they're called Veranda's south, and if you go to the bond amortization schedule, now you're looking for a Veranda south neighborhood. I don't know the unit number, so we're going to look at Well Point Veranda South. No. So you're looking in hunting and pecking because Mr. Vans chose not to put the unit number on here. But I think it's going to be unit 193. Let's look at unit 193. According to my notes, it's unit 193. Oak Hollow Veranda South. So those are actually in Oak Hollow, I think. I think they're in Oak Hollow. Unit 193. So that's what I think they are. Oak Hollow Veranda South. And you live in East. Oak Hollow Veranda's East. So anyway, I'm confused. But anyway, the Prophet's photo was taken from the Abigail Terrace. And you can see how close to Marsh Bend Trail they are. They're right next to it. And then right here you have the Coleman Correctional Facility is right here with a guard tower. So you can kind of get an idea that they're close to the Coleman. Tim, you need a drone. I know I need a drone. I'm looking at buying one. I think it's actually, yeah, it is Oak Hollow. It is Oak Hollow. It's Oak Hollow Veranda South. And that's what I took 10 minutes figuring out. You are going to talk about where they're placing the new Street of Dreams and the new location of where the lifestyle visit. Yes, Kimberly, that is what this video is going to be about. Kimberly, thank you for keeping tabs on me, making sure that I'm doing my job. Oh, I see Abigail right there, but a few watchtower. Yes. When were you on Everett today? Enfield, the last two homes next to Bexley have pools. Tomorrow is the big day for the lottery. The second one will list at 6043. Curious to see what it sells for. Thank you, Jeff. Maybe it's the Oak Hollow Veranda's West. No, it's Oak Hollow Veranda South. There's a similar Hillsdale in DeLuna for $798. Crazy. So let's talk about this comment Kimberly made. Are you going to talk about where they're placing the new Street of Dreams? So if you look at the map, you see there are some new markers on the map. You see future guest accommodations right next to the LaGrange Postal and Rec Center. And then here you see future guest accommodations here in Oak Hollow. And we're going to use the William Vans maps to piece this together and figure it out. And then you see future guest accommodations in this, what I thought was going to be a cottage villa neighborhood in Lakeview. And we do know that these are courtyard villas in Lakeview, and they show future guest accommodations as well. So you have 4 patches of land that show future guest accommodations. And this is new to the map, as well as they did put the lot lines in for the Oak Hollow Veranda South. That's also new since I looked at the map last. And this is what I think. I think these areas, if you look at this green patch right here, just north of the Veranda Homes South neighborhood in Oak Hollow, if you look at this neighborhood, you can kind of see it's on an angle. And if you look at the Vans map, you can see that that neighborhood is right here. That is called the Mark Villas. And the Mark Villas is in Oak Hollow, and that corresponds to this patch right here north of the Veranda South neighborhood. So now we can piece the puzzle together and we can look at the Mark Villas bond amortization schedule. Let's take a look at the Mark Villa bond amortization schedule. And there you see the Mark Villas, $27,039. So you can reasonably be assured those are patio villas, 4.72% interest. So now let's go back to the map. So we know these are patio villas and they are labeled future guest accommodations. And I do know that in Well Point, they have lifestyle homes. They have a couple of different patio villa neighborhoods they're using for lifestyle homes. They also have a cottage home neighborhood they're using for lifestyle homes in Well Point. What they don't have are courtyard villa homes used as lifestyle homes in Well Point. But in the past, they used to have courtyard villa homes as lifestyle visit homes because I stayed in one in the village of DeLuna. And I will show you on the map where I stayed in 2021. I stayed in a courtyard villa for a lifestyle visit. And I will show you where I stayed. Right here is the Lily. What is this called? This is the Water Lily Rec Center. And I stayed in this neighborhood right here. I stayed in a Charlotte courtyard villa. It was a wood framed home and it was right here. And I could hear the turnpike noise all night long. I didn't get a wink of sleep. So this is the neighborhood I stayed in that used to be lifestyle stay homes. And it is in the village of DeLuna. And they're called the Christopher Villas. So these are courtyard villas, but they're wood framed. So historically, I'm building a case here, just so you know, stay with me. So historically, the villages used to have patio villas, cottage homes, and courtyard villas as lifestyle stay homes. So here we're back to the map near Eastport. So here you have the patio villas. These are going to be lifestyle stay homes, in my opinion, just north of the Oak Hollow Verandas South neighborhood. Here you have courtyard villas in the village of Lakeview. I think they're going to use those courtyard villas, and I was there today, and most of those courtyard villas are almost complete. I would say they're probably 90% complete. I think they're going to be used as lifestyle stay homes. And then you have this neighborhood, this mysterious neighborhood embedded in the middle of a designer home neighborhood, located very, very near the Eastport Town Square, almost walking distance. And how convenient would that be to put lifestyle stay customers within walking distance of the town square? So I think this neighborhood is going to be cottage homes. And we can look at the Vans map. And this is the Vans maps right here. Let's take a look at the cottage homes in Lakeview. The Lakeview, that is unit 201. Let's look at the bond amortization for unit 201, 201, 201, 201. So here's the bond amortization schedule. They're called the Santa Villas, $38,347. Typically, a cottage home will have a bond in the $41,000. But because it's Lakeview, it's near Eastport, the bonds are a little bit lower in some of these neighborhoods. Not quite sure why. But I think that the Santa Villas are going to be cottage villas. I'm going to still stay with my guess. And it kind of fits in with the labeling on the map. You're going to have patio villas in Oak Hollow. You're going to have cottage homes in Lakeview. You're going to have courtyard villas in Lakeview. And I think those are your future lifestyle stay homes. And it kind of fits historically what the villages has been doing with lifestyle stay homes. They got away from the cottage homes. I mean, they got away from the courtyard villas in Well Point. But previous to that in DeLuna, they did have courtyard villas as lifestyle stay homes. But we didn't talk about this neighborhood. What could this neighborhood be right here next to the ball field? Future guest accommodations. That is somewhat of a mystery. What do you think? Is that a mystery? It's a mystery. Were you on Everett today in Edenfield, the last two homes? No, I was not on Everett in Edenfield. Maybe it's the Ocala Verandas West. Okay. Thanks for joining. My name is Tim. I appreciate you joining. There's a similar Hillsdale. Great work on the new SODs and lifestyles, Tim. Oh, thank you. So this area here, and I was watching another famous YouTuber, much more famous than I was. I was sitting here about 4 hours ago, and I am editing my video. The video I released tonight on the Edenfield Veranda South neighborhood. I'm on my computer. I'm clicking the buttons. I'm editing my video, and I'm watching YouTube at the same time. And I'm watching a live stream, and it was Gold Wingnut, and he had this map up, and he was talking about this, and he was showing that one day the villages had this area dark green, and then the next day they changed it to future guest accommodations. So the only dark green patch that I can think about is in Well Point, this dark green patch. This is the current Street of Dreams on Roosa Run and Whit Loop. Notice how they colored it dark green. That's where the Street of Dreams is. So take note about the size of this. I think there are, I don't know, 50 homes in the Street of Dreams, something like that. I think there were 54. If I remember right, when I did many videos, I walked these streets. I actually counted these, and I think there were 54 homes there at one point. So now we're down in this neighborhood, and the Gold Wingnut told me on a live stream today that this used to be colored dark green just for a 24-hour period, and then they changed it to future guest accommodations. So I think that they labeled it future guest accommodations to kind of throw us all off. And I really think that this probably is going to be the Street of Dreams someday. That's my guess. It's an opinion. I might be wrong, but that is my guess. I think you're going to have the Street of Dreams, because when I was doing a video earlier today in Eastport, I'm walking around on the boardwalk here, and then I come over here, and this giant building is the village's welcome center. It's the sales office. It's located next to Olympia Rec Center. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a nice big sales office. Wouldn't it be convenient to take customers who walk into the sales office and just take them on a small golf cart ride, maybe even walk right over here to the Street of Dreams? That's what I think. This all makes sense to me. Based on the location of the sales office, they're going to put people in a golf car and they're going to drive them to the Street of Dreams. And then those people are going to stay overnight and they're going to experience the Eastport Town Square. And based on what kind of home they want, they might want a cottage home. And the villages will say, well, we have cottage homes here in Lakeview. Stay there for a few nights as a lifestyle stay. You might have customers that want to stay in a courtyard villa like I did. So they're going to put them here in Lakeview in this courtyard villa neighborhood. And then you're going to have customers that are interested in patio villas, and they're going to put them up here in the village of Oak Hollow in these patio villas. That's my guess. I might be wrong. Who knows? I'm just a stupid old man that lives in the villages, but that's what I'm going to guess. That's what I see on the map. Section 8 housing. That'll be close to 200 lifestyle stay homes. I wonder how many they have now. They have pretty many cruising with the olds. Let's take a look at the map. They have several. I know they have at least 2 patio villa neighborhoods. And usually a patio villa neighborhood has between 60 and 70 homes. So you have I think this is a patio villa neighborhood. This is the village of Well Point. So you have these patio villas. So there are about, let's say, 60 homes here. You have this neighborhood. I think this is patio villas right here, I'm pretty sure. So you got another 60 homes there. That's 120. And then I think these are cottage homes right here, just north of Rusa Run. I don't know how many cottage homes you have there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You probably have 50. So you got 120. So you got 170 homes here in Well Point. So all three of these neighborhoods that are shaded darker brown, they're all lifestyle stay homes. But what they don't have in Well Point are courtyard villas. So what they did was they replaced one of the patio villa neighborhoods with a courtyard villa neighborhood. So they have three neighborhoods in Well Point. They're going to have three neighborhoods, one neighborhood in Oak Hollow, two neighborhoods in Lakeview, and they're going to have three neighborhoods for lifestyle stays near the Eastport Town Square, and then they're going to have the Street of Dreams right next to the ball field. That's what I think. It makes the most sense. It actually makes a lot of sense that the villages would do that. This would be an awesome layout because this is the sales office. You can take a 1-minute golf cart ride to the Street of Dreams. And I think this area is going to be big enough to put 50 or so homes as the Street of Dreams. I believe there are 54 homes in Well Point as the Street of Dreams. So you have three lifestyle neighborhoods, just like Well Point, and then you're going to have the Street of Dreams, one Street of Dreams area, just like Well Point. That is my guess. Wife predicting that area by the south will be the new. Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Location, location, location. Kimberly, what is the number one rule of real estate? Location. What's the number two rule? Location. Number three rule? Location. And in the villages, there's the fourth rule. It's orientation. Where does your lanai face? Tim, what has been the typical time frame between each Street of Dreams construction? Every 2 years, 4 years? I'm not really keeping track of that. I don't know. It's something like, I think it varies, to be honest with you. I'm surprised they're moving it from Well Point so fast to Eastport. But then again, I'm not too surprised. I don't really know. I haven't really been keeping track. I didn't think it was that often. I thought it was like every 5 years at one point. When it was near the Brownwood area, it was there quite a while. Every 2 years, 4 years, are they due? I think they want things to move closer to Eastport. I think moving things to Well Point was temporary. And their long-term goal was to move everything near Eastport. Eastport is going to be the crown jewel, town center, town square, whatever you want to call it. Eastport is going to be that place for a while. And having this lifestyle stay-home area near Eastport, near a town square, where people can walk to the town square, they can walk to the Street of Dreams, that hits a home run from the sales and marketing point of view, in my opinion. Having the Street of Dreams and lifestyle stays in Well Point, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, not close to Street of Dreams. If you can get walking distance to a town square, that's optimal. And I think this was always in the plan for the villages, was to have the Street of Dreams near the town square and near the sales office. It's just going to save a lot of time. Right now, you've got a giant parking lot here in Well Point. There's all this gray area. This is a giant parking lot, which means all the sales agents have to take their cars and drive over to the Street of Dreams to meet their clients. Now the sales agents can park their car in the sales center at Eastport, and they can work in the office all day long. And then when the client comes, you just get in a golf car and you drive over here to the Street of Dreams. It's just going to be a lot more efficient. It's probably going to save costs for the sales agents, cost and time. This makes sense to me to set it up like this. I think Wellpoint was just a temporary spot because they were developing the southern part of the villages, pretty far away from Brownwood. So they wanted to move people closer just to kind of see and smell what that Eastport Town Square is going to be like. So they put them in Wellpoint to get them kind of excited for the town square. Now the town square is kind of here. Now we're going to move these lifestyle stay homes within walking distance, at least a 1-minute golf cart ride of the town square. Put the Street of Dreams there. To me, that makes a whole lot of sense from a sales and marketing point of view. Looks like they want to close out Wellpoint time. Yes, they're going to close Wellpoint out. There is no doubt about it. Yeah, they're going to close Wellpoint out. So if anybody wants a decent patio villa or cottage home, Kimberly, you want a cottage home, right, Kimberly? Right here is a cottage home neighborhood right here in Wellpoint. It's right next to the Street, just north of the Street of Dreams. It's on Sims Street. Cottage homes there, patio villas there, patio villas here. Not a bad location. Not too bad at all. And your postal centers right here. You'd be fairly close to Magnolia Plaza. You get in your golf car right here and you cruise up to Magnolia Plaza, probably 7-8 minutes to get up to Magnolia. That wouldn't be a bad location at all, to be honest with you. Because when Eastport opens, you got probably 8 or 10 minutes to Eastport. You got 7 or 8 minutes up to Magnolia. You got the best of both worlds. You can go shopping in Eastport. What I like about where I live is I am not essentially held hostage by doing all my shopping within the villages. You can get better pricing if you go shopping in restaurants outside the villages. And Magnolia Plaza is that. There's not a lot there, but there is something. There's a Publix there. There's some fast food there. And I didn't want to be like compelled to do all of my shopping, eating, dining in the villages. I wanted to have access outside the villages too, because the prices tend to be a little bit lower and gives me more variety. So I think that those locations in Wellpoint, when they open these up for sale, might not be bad at all. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We stayed on a lifestyle just west of the Street of Dreams on Hannah Loop. It was a cottage home, yes. On Hannah Loop, yes, it was a cottage home. That's these cottage homes right there. Hannah Loop. Hannah Loop. Hannah Loop. Oh yeah, there was one down here too. These might also be lifestyle stay homes. Now I think of it, right here, but I'm not sure. Maybe they did have 4 neighborhoods. Maybe they had 4 neighborhoods. Hannon Loop. Yeah, here, this is Hannon Loop. These are designer homes, but back here is cottage homes. You're right. I forgot about this. So you actually have 4 lifestyle stay neighborhoods in Wellpoint area. You have this cottage home. You have this patio villa. I think these are cottage homes, and then you have these patio villas. So there are 4. But there are only 3 labeled here. Maybe the villages thought that they don't need 4 neighborhoods and they just have 3. Or maybe this is in fact going to be lifestyle homes and not the Street of Dreams. Who knows? Who knows? Because now that you mention it, thanks for mentioning it. They did have 4 lifestyle neighborhoods in Well Point, and they have 4 labeled here near Eastport. So where would be the Street of Dreams? That would be the question. But it's possible that they're going to pare it down and only have 3 lifestyle stay neighborhoods and then 1 Street of Dreams. We'll have to keep an eye on the map, that's all. I stayed on Rusa Run, yes. Mine was a Sunkissed, okay. Rusa Run, I don't think they have it on Rusa Run, but it was just north of Rusa Run. So here's Rusa Run, so you took a left, probably here, or maybe these are them, I don't know. But either way, 4 neighborhoods they had. Thanks for joining. We stayed in a Pebble Beach, KLB Properties. So did I answer your question, Kimberly? I do think they're going to be moving the lifestyle stay homes based on this map. It's kind of interesting. I think they're going to have a patio villa, a cottage home, and a courtyard villa neighborhood. And then this one here is a mystery. To me, it would make sense to have the Street of Dreams there. Or it might be a 4th neighborhood. We don't know. Hello, Craig. I'm late. Demerit points. Craig gets demerit points. Is going to be in the Long Prairie. They are paving several lots for. Oh, so it is. The Street of Dreams is going to be in Long Prairie. They are paving several lots for parking at this time. Aha. So thanks, Craig. So it looks like this is going to be a neighborhood right here. So they are going to have 4 lifestyle stays. And it makes sense too to have the lifestyle stay homes near Eastport because people are going to be happy. They're going to be walking to Eastport, or they're going to take their golf car that comes with this lifestyle stay. They're going to go 1 minute into Eastport. They're going to be happy and jovial. And then they're going to go and drink too much. And then they're going to, the next day, they're going to get up and with a hangover, go to the Street of Dreams, fall in love with a home, and sign a contract. That's what the Villages wants to happen. And I think they have a good setup for that to happen. So Craig is saying that they are going to have the Street of Dreams in Long Prairie. Interesting. They're paving lots for it. The mystery continues. Very interesting. I would think that they would, I would put the Street of Dreams here by the ball field, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't want, because the Street of Dreams would be nestled between baseball field and a rec center. So you're going to have the noise of the rec center, the noise of the baseball field. Do you really want to take customers through this area? It's probably going to be busy and noisy. So maybe that is going to be lifestyle stays, but I don't know. Who knows? What is this? Driving range. Oh, there you have a driving range there. Well, thank you, Craig, for the input. So it looks like the Street of Dreams is going to be Long Prairie. Certainly, I'll take my your demerit points. But you just made up for the demerit points by adding to the live stream saying that the Street of Dreams is going to be Long Prairie. So now it's canceled. Your demerit points have just been canceled. Oh my God. But thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. So lots of changes. This neighborhood came on the map right here. This is the Veranda South in Oak Hollow. That's new on the map. So you know, and next time I go down there, I'll get through that neighborhood. I made the video here. One of my subscribers said they're going to be putting up the Edenfield Veranda South for sale soon. Lots of changes on the map. What else is going on here? In They're adding more detail to the map. Now they have the golf course in here. You have the Mustang Rec Center in Long Prairie. You've got the Postal and Rec Center in Long Prairie. You got this one, this Pullman Rec Center there. So lots of things going on in the villages. I haven't looked at the map in a long time either. What kind of pre-owned homes are for sale here? They still have discounted homes in Water's Edge. It's amazing. And they have a bunch of discounted homes here in Shady Brook. No more here. This is a pre-owned home. They have a Sycamore F pre-owned home already in Shady Brook. Oh, look at that. Stunning 3-bedroom. Interesting. So let's go back to see if there's any. Corner of Aubrey and Venegas. Aubrey and Venegas? Aubrey and Venegas. Is that even on the map? Oh, yeah, right there. Aubrey and Venegas. Here's Aubrey. Oh, Venegas Run. So these two streets. So the Street of Dreams is going to be in here? Interesting. Really? So you're saying the Street of Dreams is going to be right in there? So let's go to the Vans map and check it out. So Craig is saying it's going to be right here. Unit 294, and it's a special color. Right there. This is the Vans map. Aubrey and Venegas. So Aubrey and Venegas. So you got that. It looks to me like it would be in Unit 294 is going to be the Street of Dreams. Interesting. Right there. I think, yeah, that's what it looks like. Aubrey and Venegas. And I think that's going to be Unit 294. So if you look at Unit 294 in District 16, 294 in units. This is the Street of Dreams. Oh, Street of Dreams has the $61,000 bond. Interesting. Very interesting. Right there. Unit 294 bond, 61,351. This is where we think maybe the Street of Dreams is going to be in Long Prairie. It's interesting. Very interesting. So I think that would be it right there, right on the corner. Or is it going to be Unit 279? Could be Unit 279 too. Anyway. How long of a golf cart ride is the Long Prairie from the Eastport? I don't know, probably 6 or 7 minutes from Long Prairie up to Eastport. It's not that far. So here's Long Prairie and here's Eastport. So if we have any subscribers that live in Shady Brook in this area, probably living down in here. This is the Shady Brook Postal and Rec Center. So add about 2 minutes on living here in Shady Brook. Add 2 or 3 minutes on. I'm not sure how are you going to get around there? Because this is all golf course, you're going to have to come back down here and then go in. This is the way it looks to me. Or you're going up and over. I don't know, I'd say less than 10 minutes. I would say less than 10 minutes because if you live in Shady Brook next to the Shady Brook Postal Center and you're here is Long Prairie, I'll just add a couple more minutes on. So if you live here, less than 10 minutes. It's not going to be bad. 10 minutes. Oh, there, Craig said 10 minutes. There you go. So that's well within the 10 minutes I said. 10 minutes is somewhat of a benchmark. You want to live within 10 minutes of a town square. That's what all the real estate agents were telling me over the years. 15 minutes, that looks that way. Yeah. One more question, Craig. How far on golf cart from Long Prairie to Magnolia Plaza? That would be a distance, knowing that you can take Marshbend Trail. That would be a distance. 20 minutes? Yeah, I would agree with that. 6 or 7 with Leah, 10 with gas. Yeah, you can go a lot faster with the electric golf cars. Yeah, Kimberly wants to live in Long Prairie. I see. Bush connects to Central Parkway. Yeah, it does. So this kind of goes up this way. Yeah, Bush Boulevard. So you probably, if you're living in here, you're taking Bush Boulevard up to Central Parkway most likely, and then over. And if you go that way, I would say it'd be maybe 10 minutes, not even. That would be the faster way to go if you lived here. You're going up Bush Boulevard, kind of going this way and then into the Eastport Town Square this way. Yeah, I would agree. By the time I get my place sold, I'm looking at September. I'm gathering that's when Long Prairie will really be off the ground. Yeah, probably. I would think so. I would think so. I think by September you're going to have some opportunity there. You're looking for cottage homes. Did you get an accepted offer on your home, Kimberly? I know the first deal fell through. Do you have another offer and another deal on the way? Is the question. I would think you could sell your home pretty fast in California. Yeah, I think Long Prairie would be ready to go, but who knows? Who knows? Are you looking at a cottage home, Kimberly? Agree, okay. Long Prairie, Merritt Field, yes. My place fell out of escrow. Nothing on the way yet. Oh. Sorry to hear that. Interesting. Yeah. How is the market in California? Is it soft? Real estate market in California. The California housing market in the early is defined by record high prices, with the median price projected to reach $905,000 despite low affordability and a shortage of homes. You should be able to sell your home fast, Kimberly. Record prices, shortage of homes, sales are expected to slightly increase by 2%. A shortage of homes remains a key feature. Slow sales velocity, high interest rates, and limited inventory have created a frozen market scenario with many homeowners unwilling to sell. Wow. Real estate, California condos. The California condo market is shifting toward a buyer's market. Ooh. With increasing inventory, longer days on market, and falling prices in key areas like San Diego and San Jose. Due to high interest rates and strained affordability, well, some Southern California areas saw past booms. Current high HOA fees and financing limitations are easing demand. Wowsy dowsy. Hey, Tim, what can you tell us about 470 continuing? Does it go all the way to the turnpike at this point, or will I don't know, or will it be expanded? 470 has always gone from 301 to the turnpike. It was realigned several years ago as Central Parkway. Thank you, Craig. The Blanchard Rec Center ribbon cutting ceremony was this past Thursday. It's only a small sample size, but the early returns on the pickleball has been favorable so far. Congratulations. You can live with the pickleball noise. My HOA is $625 a month. Wow. Oh, wow. The walking path along single pole high tension lines is the original route of 470. Interesting. Wowsy dowsy. So, Kimberly, thanks, Craig. So, the real estate market for condos is kind of soft. $625 a month. The walking path along the single hole. Yeah, there are power lines, according, again, the map. Somewhere along here, right here. So all these power lines are cutting through Water's Edge, and remember the Water's Edge verandas west. You have this home on the power lines. They kind of cut right through here, straight across. These are power lines. That's where the old 470 is, right there. So now you've got Central Parkway kind of winding around up there. Interesting. Share this tab. Oh, I gotta share the tab. So the power lines right here is Water's Edge, verandas west, and you got the power lines behind them. And they kind of continue eastward right to 470, just as Craig said. And right there is the turnpike. Lots of homes for sale here. Wow. Very interesting. So lots of interesting stuff on the map today. My condo is very tiny, just 724 square feet. That is pretty tiny. Tim, will the Village's Street of Dreams homes, will sell Street of Dreams home after they open? Yeah, they do sell them, Teresa. So when the new Street of Dreams is open, they will sell the old Street of Dream homes. That's what happened in, I think it was Shady Brook or Moultrie Creek was the previous Street of Dreams. And in the Street of Dreams, they usually have a couple of small parking lots. And sometimes they just don't build a home and they make a parking lot in that lot of land where the home was. They'll actually take the parking lot out and they'll actually build a home on top of that. So the Street of Dreams will get a little bit better. So the Street of Dreams will have a couple more homes. Because in Well Point, they have quite a large parking lot that's probably taking up 2 or 3 home sites in the Street of Dreams. Once they sell those homes off, or once the new Street of Dreams opens in Long Prairie, they'll tear that parking lot out and they'll put the 2 or 3 homes on there. But yeah, they're going to sell all the homes. That's what they do. So you don't think that Farmstead will have any traffic problems with the 470 almost being straight through there? Depends on how you define a traffic problem. I think the villages are going to build adequate streets, so it's not like you're going to have traffic jams. I think you're going to have a lot of traffic through here. So let's look at the map. So this is back to the Vans maps. So this is Eastport right here. So if you go to the right there. So this is the power line where the 470 was. This is the power line. So I think they're going to reroute this to Central Parkway now. So this is Central Parkway right here on the upper screen, the black line. So traffic problems. I think you're going to have, traffic coming through there. Or maybe not. So here, I think it's going to go to here maybe. And you're going to have to go up. And this is Central Parkway. Is that how it's going to work? So here's Farmstead. So it doesn't appear that this is going to be a through street at all, or is it? Maybe Craig knows. Exactly, straight line, yes. I'm curious if there's any nice nature walks in the southern part by Eastport. We'll go to McNeil, run south to Old 470 to the Turnpike. 470 Central Parkway will go to McNeil Run south to Old 470. This yellow road, I think is what he's saying. Share this tab. So this yellow road is Central Parkway. Right there. And then Farmstead is down in here. So I don't think you're going to have any issues. I don't think you're going to have any issues with traffic there. So thank you again, Craig. 470 Central Parkway will go to McNeil Run south to 0470. Why are there so many homes for sale in Shady Brook and Moultrie Creek? That's a good question. I just think it's natural turnover. I don't think there's that many. I'll be honest with you. This is Shady Brook. You have a patio villa. That could be an investor selling it. That could be somebody who just wants to upgrade and move into a bigger home. So you have a couple in Shady Brook. Here's a Garnett patio villa. So notice what kind of homes are for sale. Here's another patio villa for sale. Here's another patio villa, another patio villa. There are designer homes, and then you've got some premier homes, but there's not that many designer homes for sale. What you see more are patio villas for sale. Here in Shady Brook, you're going to see some cottage homes. I don't think there's that many, but there's just a lot of people that live in the villages, and there's a lot of reasons that they sell their home. Could be health reasons, you're looking at an aging population, and there could be health reasons. They could be homesick and they want to move back. Some of these are patio villas, they're investors, they just want to sell. So there's a ton of different reasons why people sell. But a lot of times, from my experiences working with pre-owned home sales and doing the videos, pre-owned home videos, a lot of times it's usually health related reasons that they sell homes. But who knows? There could be a variety of different reasons. 4 p.m. that map, no. Longer exists. Investors trying to make a quick buck. I think that's a big part of the reasons too. They turn them over in a year thinking that they're going to make a big money. They buy the home, they put $30,000 for the landscaping in, they try to sell it the next year. But that doesn't always seem to work out, because a lot of times you can buy a new home for lower cost than a pre-owned home, and then people sit on those homes and say, wow, why did I try to sell my home after a year? So I think that's a big part of the reason, Craig. I agree. People want to flip a home and make a lot of money. I think in the past they could. I don't think it's that easy to do now because of the softer market or whatever you want to call it. A lot of homes on the market. Villages building homes faster than you can shake a stick at. And you can buy a new home, generally speaking, for lower than a pre-owned home. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I've been live for an hour and 10 minutes. My sore throat is getting sore, I think. Any last questions before I end the live stream? I'll take a couple of questions. Otherwise, we'll end the live and we'll go live again next week at about 8 p.m. on Sunday evenings is usually when I go live. So let me know if there's any last questions. And if not, we'll end the live and we'll go live again next week, 8 o'clock, Sunday evening. Watch my videos. I got a lot more videos coming out in the next few days, touring the neighborhoods near Eastport, LaGrange. I even go to Oak Hollow. I even walk through Eastport. I give you my opinion on the Eastport Town Square. I've got a video coming out in the next couple of days. How much longer are you in town? Right now, the end of April. End of April. I will be here through the end of April. April 22nd or something like that. Appreciate what you do. I know it's a lot of gas money getting back to the Eastport area. Yes, I usually only go down there on Sundays. That's when the contractors are not around. It's just easier to navigate. It is kind of far. So usually Sundays I'll go down there and I'll make a couple of videos and then I bring them back. I edit them and release them during the week. But other than that, I'm going to end the live stream. Thanks a lot for joining. I appreciate it. Feel free to share these videos and the live stream with your friends. Yeah, email me, Craig. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, Sunday. I'll probably be down there next Sunday again, Craig. That would be the plan. For sure. Have a good night. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week, same time.